it's me again, on track, on time. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon-ish. What have I got to say to you today? I haven't weighed myself today. Son's birthday party, or birthday at the weekend, on Saturday. So we were down at Nana and Granda's and didn't hold back. Yesterday, as a sort of final, because he's with his daddy today and tomorrow, yesterday we said we would get a wee video out on Sky. So I got a Chinese in for the two of us as well. So it was a birthday weekend. So I haven't weighed myself this morning. Now last week it was 201. Midweek I got down to 199, so £2 off. I'm probably somewhere about 202 or something like that there. I'm under no illusion that there was any additional weight loss this week. But I'm coming on, I'm being honest, and we'll take it from next week. What else? The house is a disaster zone. I am getting rid of 75% of my possessions, or as near as I can sort of guesstimate it. I'm going for it. Very little in this house has any significant sentimental or, well, certainly no monetary value, but sentimental value. So whilst I am preparing for the central heating being put in, so this thing behind you that you see, this will go away, there'll be a radiator there. So whilst that's all getting done, the electrics are getting done, I'm taking the opportunity to literally buck everything out. And I mean, I have a skip out the front of the house and everything is full already. Took down his bed the other day. Haven't slept in about 2 days because me and him are in together at the moment. And I can't sleep with anybody in the same bed as me, so that's a bit of a disaster. Anyway, so yeah, I'm getting rid of everything. I'm going minimalist. There was a blog I was reading yesterday, and bless her cotton socks, I can't remember what her name is, but she put up this challenge, or she has this challenge, 30 days of minimalism. I don't know what to be at half the time, sure I don't. I'm flitting from one freaking thing to the next. Anyway, I really need to do this anyway because I hate this. I don't hate the house. I mean, it's not in the most salubrious of areas. It really isn't. It's a good working class area. No shame in that. But there's a pub next door. There's no violence, there's no nothing. There's a bit of music once a month. I would say there would be a wee bit of a late license and stuff, but the main thing is it's not a house that's going to sell easy. So I'm planting a wee bit of a root down in it. So I'm getting to the stage now excuse me, where I want to turn it into a home. I want it to be something that I want. So take a good look at the awfulness that is this. I'll do a wee tour. This is my kitchen. Very, very old looking cupboards. Now look at this. I have an empty cupboard. I've taken that out. That was all crockery and glassware and cups and stuff. Look, all going bye-bye. And I have done out my drawers. This was jam-buddied. I could barely get anything into it, and all there's left is about half a dozen of each type. Look at that. I had sitting up here one of those tarts that you warm and then the wax melts in the wee thing. Went to open this, I don't know, the lid of it came out, the whole thing, it was all over the wall. Like you can still see it all over the wall and everything. Anyway, I hope you can all see this, what I'm doing, because I'm just moving this around. Anyway, this is my new minimalist cupboard. Here are just some fun matching cups and bowls. They will eventually go. A few bits and pieces which will eventually go whenever I get to the style that I want. I've actually put a box of white. It looks a little bit like this, but it's all sort of square crockery, you know, like goodware. That I've put a box out in the shed of. So this is going to be everyday stuff, and I was going to use all this for sort of fruit bowls and stuff eventually, and, you know, pissy stuff. Look at that. Only one. I practically have no glassware that matches left. Ridiculous. Anyway, so I've got enough that's going to do me and the wee one. And that's that. So that's that cupboard. That cupboard is not going to expand any more than what's in it. I mean, there's a couple of other glass bits that, you know, match these sorts of things that'll go into it, but that's it. So that's it for crockery. Up here, this is the bare minimum that I need. 2 big Le Creuset pots and my slow cooker. I don't need any other pots, pans, or anything like that. My lovely pine doors. In here, there's not an awful lot because that's all getting cleared out. Do not look at the dirt on the floor because honestly, this is all coming up whenever the central heating comes in. So I actually don't really give a monkey's. I'm sort of cleaning it once a week or whatever at the moment. Right, in here, I still need to kind of sort out whether or not I need to keep anything. These I'm keeping because these are really brilliant for little sausages or little chicken nuggets and that kind of thing. I've kept one. Actually, I'm going to get rid of a couple of them. I only need one of these little sort of baking trays. I keep these because these are really good for creams and stuff, but I'll probably get rid of this. I'll keep that, or I might give it back to Mum. Mum bought me it for my birthday one day, but I don't really use it, but I might use it once I start to sort of get more space. But that is as bare as that's ever going to get at the moment, roughly. Now I hate this type of cupboard. Oh, look at it, I hate it. You can't do anything with it. It's a really old 70s or 80s thing as well. But look, it's practically, I've literally just cleaned it out, so it needs to all get actually physically cleaned. And that's all I've got in there. Like, there's barely anything. And in fact, I'm probably going to get rid of some of that as well. The only ones I haven't really done is my fabulous Tupperware cupboard. That needs to get done. And more shite needs to be done. And then, oops. And then this is my kind of spicy condiment-y thing that needs to get done. But out here, I want to show you this. This is, you've never seen out here before. This had a big carpet on the floor. This looks, honestly, you won't believe it. This was sort of like a bit of a dumping ground. Look at the awful paint. I don't know who the hell painted that, but my God. Talk about a vomit of colour. Anyway, this is all going to get done eventually. I may turn this into sort of part utility room, or I may eventually take this wall away and make it a sort of kitchen dining. But I'm going to go minimalist. But look at these. This is what I want to show you. IKEA. These are going to be my little herb jars now. Aren't they gorgeous? I hope you guys can see. I hope I'm not sort of wobbling this too much and whatever. Unfortunately, this was from my parents' old house. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece of wood sideboard, but it no longer fits their house. It no longer fits mine. This is going to be a little cupboard larder at some point, and that's going to go. So yeah, this is all going. It's literally as little as I can retain. I mean, I had 2 paintings up here, or pictures up here. Gone. I'll give you a very sneak peek. Oh no, I can't because look, washing. But look how bare it is. I mean, I am literally getting rid. I had a whole big hearth thing round here. Gone. I've no real pictures up. Look at that. I love that. Can you see that? It's my favourite picture. That was him when he was about 2 years old, maybe 3 years old. Isn't he gorgeous? These I've kept only because I actually love the frame. I love this frame. I'm not that enamored about this. It's nice enough, but right. So here's the thing. Right, look at the crappy color. Now this is all right. This is a rug my parents bought me for my son's room. I've put shake and vac on it. I need to vacuum it up again. So it's not really supposed to be in here. It's just hiding various stains on this horrible carpet that was a tenant's carpet, and I never really did anything with it. This is the sort of one of the last corners I've got to sort of get rid of in this living room. And once this is cleared, then this living room is pretty much ready. Just everything will go into the centre while they work around it for the central heating and stuff. Look! Isn't he gorgeous? That's my wee man. Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, so the place is a absolute tip. Look out here. Oh, I used to have a little ribbon business. I'm giving these to a girl in work for her daughter. And then there's a couple of guys have various whiskies and stuff. So I'm getting them a couple of shot glasses for work. I mean, look how bad the floor is and everything. I can't wait till this is tiled and everything. All this is going. This is all stuff to either go back down to my mum's to give to the church, or the golf club, I should say, or it's going to the Dogs Trust. Skybox. Why do I need a bloody skybox? Anyway, I'll not show you upstairs because that really is that is a bomb site. So yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm being ruthless. Do you know what one of the things I've done that's really, really... I'm coming round again. Hello! Haha. Oh, right. One of the things I did this morning... Now, I'm divorced, as you well know. By now, I went through the wedding photographs and I kept some. Now I was ruthless if I didn't recognise anybody in the picture in the bin. I kept a few of his cousins that live in Uruguay, my son's cousins that live in Uruguay. I've kept some of them as they were younger, just as a continuation for him, not for I can barely even remember their names because it's on the other side. But I've kept some pictures of me and his daddy together. And I don't know whether it's anything, and they may get thrown out again at some point. I don't know. But I've kept some. I haven't kept a lot. But I've kept some. Just as a memory bank or something. I don't know. I don't know why I have. I bear no ill will towards him, to be quite honest with you. I mean, it was a part of my life. I wouldn't have my son without him. So I can't not feel something for the man in terms of gratitude for giving me my son, So, I've kept some photographs of the wedding. So but people say throwing out photographs is one of the hardest things. When I was about 20-something, I had a pack of, I used to carry, it was all of my favourite photographs of me as a child, growing up, teenage and whatever, all my friends and everything. And I had it in this sort of little pack thing. And I took it to a friend's house one day. I was staying overnight. And I left it there. And we then had a falling out or whatever. And I never got those photographs back. So I've already been through a period where I have lost photographs and photographic memories in my life, and they were all my favorite photographs because I picked them out of mum's whatever and from friends and stuff, and I gathered them all. These were my favorite photographs and I never got them back. So I'm not that bothered about keeping a lot of photographs. I want to keep some that kind of maybe tell a story of me growing up so my son can, because I love looking back at my mum's photographs. But her photographs really only start from she's 21 onwards, when she got married to my dad. There's only one photograph of my mother as a child, and she was about maybe 18 months, 2 years old. And she looks the image of my sister. I mean, in fact, for years, my sister and I were convinced that was my sister's photograph, No, it was my mum. But it's the only one of my mum before she's 21 and got married. So I'm conscious that I want to have some legacy of photographs for my son. I did find all my son's photographs of when he was born, the day he was born. There was only 2 or 3 taken because I was had a cesarean and operations and stuff, and wasn't really into taking photographs. And there's a lot of photographs thereafter, but there's 2 of him with his daddy on the day he was born and 2 with me on the day he was born. So that's lovely. So I've got those. So really, I'm ready to throw out some photographs that I no longer need, want, or whatever. So I think people always say, I've been reading that KonMari book, Spark Joy, and I'd read a little bit of it before, and I've read sections and I've watched YouTube videos, and I'm really ready to get rid of things. The hardest thing actually is all my craft stuff, and I've literally threw out an entire black bin bag of stuff today. I just was ruthless. I had to be very dispassionate and very ruthless. Now, I haven't thrown out any big equipment or big dyes and stuff like that, but, you know, loads of little flowers that I was keeping, you know, card making stuff. And I thought, no, I'd rather do planning stuff, not card making. So I'll keep that stuff that can be used for that. But I've just bucked everything. I really want a clean slate. So comes to the point, oh God, I'm 15 minutes and I haven't spoken anything about my weight this week. There's nothing to say. That's why I'm bluffing and blowing, because I've nothing to say about my weight, because I've been naughty. Anyway, but I probably am going to do a couple of minimalist videos as well. I mean, guys, you know me. This is me. Excuse me. This is me. You know, I come on, I do a weekly wee vlog about who I am. Yes, for the main part it is my weight loss, because that's the driving force behind the videos. But, you know, I want you to get to know me a little bit as well. But anyway, so she says, finally coming to a point. Do you remember what was said about 5-10 minutes ago? There was this girl in the blog and she did 30 days of minimalism. Anyway, one of the first things was, amongst other things, choose your theme of life, or choose your theme. What excites you in minimalism, or what excites you in terms of a palette or a theme or a whatever. And mine pretty much came instantly. I'm envisaging my living room. I don't know furniture. I have no idea about that. I'm not a furniture-y type person, but I've got a vision. I want a wooden floor. Obviously. White walls. Clean, crisp. I want a nice deep skirting board. White. I want white tulips. I was just looking here. I've got false. But anyway, I want white tulips and white calla lilies. Now, I suppose that's supposed to be like death or funeral flowers or something, but I don't really give a shite. It's the colours I want. And then I want teal. Teal is the colour that I want in the room. So sort of this sort of colour, maybe slightly shades of darker. I've got some beautiful teal glassware that I've been saving for years and never really had anywhere to put it or whatever. But that is the sort of the main colour that I want going through my living room. So it'll be very much an alive room, because I want some live, well, not live flowers, but, you know, fresh cut flowers, white. I need a new fireplace, because that one's black and I don't want black. I want a wooden or something, or white or something. And I want a wee fountain, a little trickle of water, just a little trickle of water. I suppose that's some feng shui thing, but I love water. And out in the garden I have not a water thing, but I also have like a little wind chime thing, which is dying. Bless its cotton socks. It's lasted about a year or two, and I think there's 2 chimes left on the whole thing. But I love that. I love having my window open and just listening to the wind chuckle through that. So a little bit of sound, a little bit of water in there as well, but very clean, very crisp, very white. Some white flowers, and then just the accent of teal, that teal turquoise colour coming through it. I want a crystal chandelier type. The crystal chandelier lights up the paintings on your wall. That and the Rhinestone Cowboy were the 2 songs I grew up with. Anyway, but not a crystal chandelier, like, you know, friggin' huge thing, but something that reflects light and actually creates pictures on the wall just by the sparkling reflection of the light. So I think I've got a very clear vision for my living room, very clear. The only room in the house that I don't mind not being minimalist going for, well, 2 rooms. There's 2 rooms that I don't mind not being minimalist. Number 1, my craft stroke office room. Purely because I think that's my creative room, and I've got to have somewhere where my brain can just go, bleh. You know what I mean? And just go vomit up ideas or just, you know, an outlet room. And then my son's room. I cannot impose that on him either. Not in the strictest sense anyway. You know, he may get a sense of it as I go through this. Now, listen, if you knew me, guys, and if my best friend Melissa heard me talking like this, she would be laughing her pants off, because minimalism and tidy and orderly and whatever is so not me. But I think it's because I've never had a chance to really drive that through on my own bat. I've always been in someone else's house or apartment, or, you know, I've been renting, or I bought somewhere which was very manufactured or something. And I've really got good opportunity now to really do something with my with my space that actually is cathartic and cleansing. And oh God, I sound like some flippin' yoga munchkin here, don't I? What am I like? But no, I really think I need to give up stuff. So if I want to have a space that has less stuff in it, it needs to be beautiful and it needs to be gorgeous, but minimalist, so I don't have to clean too much. But anyway, yeah, so join me on the wee journey, folks. Join me on my journey. See how I get on. It's going to be a long journey, like, because I can't afford anything yet. I'm literally just getting the central heating and stuff in. So, but I'm going to take a room per year, half year as a project. My son's room's going to be first, but that, like I say, that's not going to be anything other than his room and his stuff, and he's going to be a teenager in it and everything. So, you know, I don't mind. Well, it's going to be shades of grey and steel or aluminium or something, whatever way his bed is. You know, it's going to be fairly, what's that style? You know, when it's all sort of metal and whatever. What is that? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Tip of my tongue. Anyways, you know, but anyway, it's going to be all that kind of metal and grey and shades of black. His furniture's going to be black. But I want a wooden floor to give it some light. And I'll paint the walls half white and half like a very, very pale grey, just a very shade of grey. And then there'll be black furniture up against that. Industrial. Got there in the end. Industrial. That's where I want his room to be, sort of industrial. And then he can choose an accent colour over above the monochrome kind of thing to give it his own flair, whether he wants red, green, blue, whatever. So yeah, so that's where I am on that wee journey. So the house is getting tipped up. I feel great. I feel great. I'm taking things and I'm just going, bucket out. Now, I'll look around the place in about 2 weeks' time and go, what the hell did I throw all that out for? But no, I feel great about it. I really do. I feel great. I don't need stuff. I think it'll also in the long term help me save money as well, because I'm not going to be having an expectation of needing or wanting more into my world. I want to keep everything very clean lines. The one place that I'm really looking forward to almost not being minimalist is my garden. I mean, let's have a wee quick look out. I think I showed you this a few weeks ago and it was looking like a state, but look at the beautiful colours in it now, guys. I can't believe those wee flowers came again this year. It's just gorgeous. Now, I want that garden to be a riot of colour. I want it to be a vegetable. I want it to be a working garden, but I want it to be a riot of colour in it. The only thing I am a wee bit upset about is there's not being one butterfly in that garden all year. There's none. I might have to go and get a wee butterfly kit or something just to introduce. I'd love some butterflies. I'd love some bees in there as well. Now, obviously not a beekeeping thing, there's not the space for it, but I'd love to see a wee bee floating about. I haven't seen any at all, and it's a shame because there's some beautiful flowers in there for it. Plus you need those to pollinate the vegetables that you're going to grow as well, so I'm going to have to get that done. Anyway, guys, look, there's 25 minutes and I've been rabbiting on as usual. Let me know your thoughts on minimalism. Let me know your thoughts on me not weighing myself this morning. Naughty me. And just general thoughts. Guys, as ever, I absolutely love your comments. Couple recently have been saying that they're really enjoying the type of videos that I'm doing, just talking away to you as if you're sitting there on the other side. And that's the only way I can do it. I can't do anything manufactured. I can't do anything, and I don't sort of edit, and make everything all perfect. I can't do that. I watch a lot of videos that are like that, and they become, stilted because everything has to be perfect and perfect sentences and stuff and bollock stuff. I am who I am, folks, so love me or loathe me. I'm like Marmite, aren't I? Anyway, weight-wise, well, it's a bit of an off week. If I can get, again, I was below 200 this week, but as I say, I've had a few wee cheats over the weekend, so let's see if I can get below 200 for next week officially, and we'll plough on regardless. One good thing about me clearing this house out, I'm not eating half as much actually when I am, in the house and whatever, because I'm doing some work and then saying, right, take a 5-minute break and I go and fill a bag or fill a box or do something or get things together or whatever. So, I'm making use of my time here, and I'm really loving throwing things out. I'm not throwing everything out. A lot of it's being boxed for donations and whatever, but just to get it away from my space so I can see what the canvas is that I have to work with. Anyway, love you all, guys. Thanks so much for watching again, and take care. Bye now.